Good afternoon, Ronaldo.
Good afternoon.
Right. Could you just explain the event and your full circle economics, please?
Yeah, so this is the UCY Education and Careers Fair, and I'm coming because I have a firm called Full Circle Economics, and I'm generally have a background in economics, working for government. I've worked for Bank of England, HM Treasury, Department for Transport in the past, and economic consultancy, and now setting up my own economic consultancy, and also looking to support in professionals and others in teaching economics and non-economists, maths as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
So could you just explain how the current economic climate that's going on? Because I saw the budget of the UK.
yep.
I see you got the
Newspaper from the
Financial
time,
Times.
yeah,
So
from about that date.
could you give us some nuggets about the current budget and
Yeah.
swinging over to the USA? I heard they're talking about tariffs being put on goods. So could you sort of round up the past month of craziness that's on the
Yeah.
global stage?
Sure, so Rachel Reeves had the first budget for the Labour administration, so their first one in about 15 years, and they've just come into power. Behind a lot of that is borrowing and debt. So setting the scene is a relatively high debt level. So she wanted to be able to fund more public services, but with high debt, it means that she can't really borrow as much as she might want to. So taxes had to go up quite a lot. So taxes have gone up about.
Well, she did say she's not going to put up taxes.
Well,
That was the manifesto.
Well, what they said is they didn't commit to any more taxes than they had already laid out in the manifesto, which was about 9 billion.
Yeah.
In particular, they said they wouldn't tax working people, so that was a big discussion around. Okay, did she break the manifesto commitment? Well, probably, but also they tried to stick to not putting more taxes up on working people, which was a big issue.
Right. So on the back of that, well, doesn't that impact us in terms of public services being cut again because of austerity? Because remember, as a person, austerity was something that was drilled in. There's not enough money. So where are they getting the money from? Are they just printing more money?
Exactly. So that's precisely what they were trying not to do, which is cut public services. They want to increase, if anything. So what
Yes.
they've done is they've said, well, we can't borrow loads, so to do that we have to tax, so they can spend money on the NHS, so they
Right.
don't have to reduce spending on public services.
Okay. So can you just talk about your full circle economics? We're going to just focus on the picture here.
Yeah. So
And I know you've got some sort of theories.
yeah. So my firm is about me being an economic consultant.
Yes.
So set it up a few months ago. It's really about me being open to doing research in different areas, in particular things
Right.
related to infrastructure meets the environment. So this is, for instance, about the environment, but
Right.
I've got a background in cost benefit analysis. I've worked for the Department for Transport. I also happen to look into doing research related to macroeconomics. So
Right.
a couple of texts.
So could you give us a definition? What does macroeconomics mean?
Yeah, so macroeconomics is more about looking at economics at the big scale. So thinking about unemployment, the cost of the economy, or
Right.
average price levels. Are they going up or down to inflation? Think about government policy like fiscal policy, tax and spend, monetary policy, interest rates, Bank of England. So that's the sort of thing macroeconomics focuses on.
Right.
Microeconomics is more, should we build this bridge or not? Do the
Okay.
benefits outweigh the costs? Should we build HS2 or not? So that's spent many years
Oh,
thinking
right.
about
In
those issues.
touching on to HS2, it was given that it would have brought economic opportunities to up north. I heard they were trying to say they were going to scale it back. And there was a lot of protest the fact that they were destroying the countryside
Yes.
to dig up this so-called, you know, bringing some more economic growth to the north of
Yeah.
the United Kingdom. Do you think that was successful in terms of transportation, which we so need more transportation, airports? I mean, I flew into Heathrow, Gatwick. Why is it always south? Why is it always London? So could you just sort of explain in terms of young people that's trying to study and it's cheaper to go up north? Why is this still an issue?
Wow, there's a lot of big issues there. But I worked for the Department of Transport for many years.
Wow,
On
okay.
these sorts of issues, so I reviewed a lot of the HS2 stuff. So in terms of cost benefit analysis,
Yes.
do the benefits outweigh the costs? That was a big problem for HS2. So they are going ahead to phase one, like London to Birmingham, they cancelled phase two. So a lot of it is
So we are
it's
down
hard
to our
justify the
last
benefits by exceeding the
sessions.
cost. So they said actually
We
these are the
have
things we should spend our money on.
Well, thank you for doing part one. And next one, I want to touch on
we only have
student
one session
finance.
now, Mark Gray.